Welcome everyone. We are back at it again. We have Pentakill Season 4, Week 5, Game 3, Voidwalkers versus Shurima's Ascended. Shurima's Ascended is now currently the only team that is undefeated. So Voidwalkers looking to change that. I'm DepressionMain, and I'm joined here again at the desk by Blaxxlol, aka Jer. Jer, what do you expect to see out of this draft? This is the wrong
Yeah.
draft. Let's see what we got here. We've got it somewhere. It's bada bada boom. There we go. I got it.
There it is. Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yes.
Um, we've got the Kiana, a kind of classic 9 reign champion, has been banned a lot of this season. We've got the Viger, we've got the Mordekaiser, just staples that have been very strong this whole season. We've got the Tristana, who's also been a pretty effective pick. So overall, really like the team on the Voidwalkers. On the other side, Shurima Ascended, you've got the Wukong, who's also been very strong and is a very strong champ right now. You've got the strong top laner Fiora, so should see some interesting duels. Mordekaiser Fiora, that's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, if
Um,
we could see Twin cancel the Mordekaiser ult with Fiora parry at any point this game, congrats, Twin, you did it.
yeah, the Morgana mid lane is an interesting one to me. That
Yeah,
that should be an interesting one.
Nixon is known for his area of effect mages, and I guess Morgana technically counts.
Yeah, they got rid of his Anivia, and he said, "You know what? Screw you. I'm going to put things on the ground anyway."
Yeah, and they took away his
Slightly,
Vygar too.
yeah, they took it. So Nixon, he likes those champs that can put circles on the ground, and he's found a third one here to pull out, with the first two being taken away.
Yeah, and it should be noted this is a big Magoo's game, I believe, back from season 2 here. So another throwback game. We've got
Yeah, a lot
both
of Magoos.
twins. Oh,
It is a twin v twin
yeah,
game.
twin game.
Should be interesting. We got one in the jungle and one top lane, so we'll see how much time Nine Ring spends harassing his brother up there, or if he does let that lane, go on a bit of an island and focus his efforts elsewhere. But Kiana is an assassin champ who's looking to kind of snowball the game early. A lot of snowball champs with the Mordekaiser as well, looking to get ahead early and just carry that through. And then you do have kind of the standard kind of control mage with Vigar, who's going to stop the Wukong and Fiora from just diving in on your otherwise pretty squishy backline. Not a lot of frontline other than Rakan to kind of try and interrupt people from diving in on you. But you've got kind of it's a lot of skill to stop you from getting dove by the Wukong and Fiora there. You got to land those cages. You got to knock people away with the Tristana ult and things like that. So should be some interesting team fights. A lot of like kind of messy, scrappy fights. I think
Yeah,
not as
for
much kind
sure.
of front to back with the classic kind of tanks that we just saw earlier with the backline mages or anything like that. Should be a lot of interesting picks, people landing skill shots, things like that. Um, should be fun. You definitely have a team that wants to just go in on you. You get the Varus backline, the Morgana Qs, the Leona stun and CC, the Wukong CC. A lot of just run at you and fight comp out of Shurima. And Voidwalkers, they gotta use a little more finesse. So a little harder to execute on their side. But overall, I like both comps.
Yeah, and I like the Shurima draft. It was all leading up to Fiora. We got the Alawi ban. We got the Darius ban. We got the Garen ban. We got the Scion ban. This guy's not allowed to play any champions.
Yeah, I mean, Sir Blackfish has been a menace this season. So does have kind of that play style of I am going to go in my lane and pull at least two people to deal with me, or else I am gonna keep going down my lane until I am eventually at your nexus. And that leaves a lot of space for the rest of his team to do stuff on the map, and they like to be scrappy. Nine Ranks likes to roam around, get these picks, get these fights. So it's worked well for them so far, but we'll see how it does into this heavy team fight comp from Shurima's Ascended. I think we can jump into the game.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So we are looking into the game here. All right, I've got it all set up for us. We can get right into it, I believe. So let's get some dragon timers up and get this going. Okay. So we have some pretty standard openings, it looks like, starting up. Voidwalkers are all headed to the bot side. It looks like the... Oh, I'm sorry, that's Shurima's Ascended all headed to the bot side. Voidwalkers are doing a classic five-prong to start here. Oh, they might be trying something a little bit of shenanigans here. The ward is already there, so they're not going to get anything done, I don't think.
All of them. No sweepers. They are completely seen here. We'll see what they do about it. It looks like they are just giving up the red side advantage here. And they've got another ward in there, so they're going to see all of this. I wonder if they're going to try and catch someone on the way out. They aren't going to see any of the recalls, so they don't really know what to deal with. They could just be all in the bush for all they know.
Yeah, no special punchies on this one. But can I just mention John Frost River back on the Varus. He played it week 1, and I don't think he's been allowed to play it since. But then he started playing Misfortune, and that was really problematic for a lot of teams. So now back on his Varus. Could be an absolute menace again. Like he was game 1 against, I believe, the Noxus Warlords.
Yeah. Strong champ for him. The poke should be kind of interesting into this kind of assassin-y comp. Yeah, you're not going to want to have to deal with diving in onto, the cage from Viger. Just poke him out, get him out of that fight. And same with kind of the rest of their team, but a very assassinatable target. So Steve's going to have to stay close by him and make sure that the Kiana and the Tristana can't just jump on him for free. And if he's able to get ahead, Varus is very strong at just dealing damage. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
so we already start to see some fights.
Subaba moving forward into the level 2 here, taking about half his health and damage there. Maybe a little bit of a misplay there. Looking to grab some XP. As
it's a bold choice and not going to pay off for them there, as he does get just zoned out of the lane. Strong early advantage on the red side here.
Yeah, and Frost River is not letting up. He is being absolutely brutal with them, shooting every ability he can at them. Oh, a nice little deflect there. Punchies in the top lane, punches in the mid lane, lots of punches in the bot lane. I'm waiting for these junglers to get involved.
Yeah, I like the Fiora into the Mordekaiser here. You always see that E coming, so you can always dodge it, and you usually try to time the E with the Q. So if you time it well in the Fiora, you can get the double block. And just a pretty decent champ to have in the 1v1 if you are going to get forced into that Mordekaiser ult. So I think it's pretty good. But overall, pretty even fight here. Twin does take a tower shot.
That is significant. Towers hurt a whole lot, especially early. And that might change the lane state, as now Mordekaiser, instead of being crashed, is setting up a freeze.
Yeah, gonna force the Fiora to come into him, and he's able to get those Qs off both to farm and to harass. So, able to kind of take advantage of that early here. Doing a pretty good job overall. But it does look like Wukong is maybe looking top side here, as we should start to see this lane push out a bit.
Yeah, he did get spotted by the Kiana near mid lane there. Oh, a nice little engage here. Nurture Nixon in a lot of trouble. Captain on captain violence is one of my favorite things in the game. And that's going to force Nixon's flash out of there. Yeah. And Nine Rain's flash as well.
Nine Rain did flash in to get it, and he might have been able to get that if he got the root off, but Nixon able to narrowly dodge that. And does walk away from that one.
Yeah, remember, Kiana is getting nerfed next patch, and Nine Rain is one of the vocal players about his champions taking some perhaps unnecessary heat.
Yeah, very strong champ mid right now. Don't see too much in the jungle, but we do have, speaking of jungle, Wicked Slice coming up here onto Sir Blackfish, but Twin is low.
Oh, Twin gets the first blood, keeping himself alive. Punchies onto Sir Blackfish. Sir Blackfish is very used to having his jungler on top of him all the time, so getting it the other way around, Wicked Slice is going to cause some problems up here for them.
Yeah, good movement out of him, seeing that 9-Rain went mid.
9-Rain is back again. Oh, great spell shield by Nixon. Does have full mana available this time. He had none last time, and forces 9-Rain to below half.
Yeah, that is the Morgana counterpick into Viger coming in there. Viger, kind of most known ability is really that cage. And you just walk through with the spell shield. You see the cage coming. You always have tons of time to get that spell shield up. You can just ignore the cage if you're Morgana there. And unless you time your damage really well to kind of burst through, you're just going to be able to walk away from that cage for free. And Kiana, pretty much all physical damage, so not going to be able to get the CC off either if that spell shield is up.
Yeah, an absolute menace, and that shield does, in fact, prevent the Mordekaiser ultimate from landing as well. So if Nixon is going to be quick about these shields, Sir Blackfish might not be able to take anybody to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, could see some interesting plays there. Would be really interesting if we saw kind of a negated Mordekaiser ult or something like that out of this Morgana. Nixon's been playing pretty strong this season on those control mages in the mid lane. So looking to him to kind of try and dictate these fights and get those initial cues off to start them if you are the Shurima's Ascended here.
Yeah, a little bit of skirmish over the Raptors there. Nothing comes of it. Coochie Nugget taking about half his health there in poke damage, but he has managed to stabilize his lane quite a bit better. Now roughly even in experience and CS, only down about 10, but he's also got a little bit more of his wave available there. So good on them for, recognizing that they made a mistake and, just playing to come back from it.
Yeah, I'd kind of quantify this as surviving, but they are surviving quite well. I mean, they're able to kind of keep even. They had that early CS deficit, and it's been pretty easy.
Twin's in trouble. 9-Rain's here. The root does land. He does manage to block the spell immune to stun the Kiana. He is sucked into the Shadow Realm, and Sir Blackfish says, slappy time. And here comes 9-Rain to try and pick up the kill, but misses the ultimate, landing the stun, but it is not enough to finish off the Twin. They're looking to dive him.
Yeah, it does look right around here. He's low.
Oh, a tower shot goes onto the 9-Rain there, but the Twin is not going to go down. Some brotherly love being shown here in the top lane, and he's coming back in again.
Yeah, oh, he cancels the back. I think he would have actually gotten that one off.
Yep, Dragon is getting done here, but Twin thinks that he can get this wave. He doesn't want to lose all of this gold. Here comes 9-Rain a third time, and Twin's in danger, and there he goes. Sir Blackfish is going to pick that one up. 9-Rain taking 2 tower shots, but is fine. And instead of losing the wave, he loses his life, the wave, and some plates. Welcome to dinner.
Yeah, the classic overstay. You are worried, of course, of just running down through there. You think that 9-Rain's just sitting in the bush, but I think he had a moment where he could have gotten his back off and decided to stay, either because he thought Kiana was coming in again or greeting for that wave, but does get punished. And 9-Rain able to pick that one up, or I guess actually it went over to Mordekaiser.
They did end up trading the Dragon over for Mr. the Twin. However, and Red Buff and most of the bot side jungle, as Wicked Slice decided to take everything, monkeying around. But the gold difference, gold differences aren't that bad right now.
Yeah, gold differences aren't that bad, but they do take the Dragon as well, so it's not a tremendous one with this team. The ult movement speed's a little nice for Fiora and the Wukong for sure, but not too impactful as it's just going to be a Cloud Drake for this first one.
The first one's Cloud Drake. Second one is going to be Hextech, despite the symbols telling us that it's going to be another Cloud Drake. I did just check that manually because I don't think you can ever have 2 dragons. Oh, here comes Steve. Big ult lands onto Zubaba. The monkey is here. He's looking to dive this. The ultimate knocks both of them up. Zubaba grabbing the charm. Tristana pushing them away. Zubaba on the run. And they are going to get out of there. A great disengage by Coochie Nugget and Zubaba.
Yeah, good charm there from Zubaba. He does kind of walk back in and get ulted, but able to just charm everyone and get out of there with the movement speed.
Oh, Twin doing a lot of punches here.
They don't get anything out of that dive.
The heal was waited out, and so now Twin does not get to benefit from the heal at all. Sir Blackfish is actually going to look to drop a second Q here and just burns him out. An absolutely immaculate performance there by the Mordekaiser. Lets Fiora get the stacks off so that she stays engaged, and then just sucks her right away from it.
Yeah, yeah, it does end up just taking that, and once you get ahead on the Mordekaiser, it is tough to deal with, just because he can just suck you into his ult, and you can't really do a whole lot about that.
Oh, Steve walking into 9 rain does manage to get blasted. Oh, Zubaba with a great knock up there. They're on the run. DJ Steve, do you have the power? Kuchinugget dashing forward. He does get rooted. He is not under the tower, though. Steve goes down to 9 rain. Kuchinugget survives. The flash backwards really saving his life there. Richard Dixon getting caught here on the rotation, but Nuclear Rooster is unable to do anything with that. 9 rain coming over the wall, captain on captain violence to proceed, but nothing's going to come of that. Richard Dixon's going to help Johnny finish up this wave.
Yeah, interesting little roam down there, but not too much out of it after that bot fight, and the earlier fight kind of taking its toll and things like that, leading up to that. And able to kind of capitalize is Voidwalkers here.
Oh, Sir Blackfish is now absolutely running this lane. Got a good freeze setup. Twin is going to need some jungle attention if he wants to get back into this lane.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lane where you can outplay, but it's tough because you can literally just miss all your Qs and Es as Mordekaiser and just smack. And you do okay. If you land like a single Q in that fight, you just win at this point. And just looking at items, I think he just is fine.
Twin getting pulled back in here, does have to dash away. Yeah, that's some big punchies coming out of the Mordekaiser. You put 4 bans on a guy and he's still got a 5th guy that he's super good at.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, a classic Lowy one trick, and I think that one he will probably not see any play on. But does kind of play a lot of the same types of champions, and once he's off kind of the one thing that is kind of leagues above the rest, pretty similar performance on just about anything else.
Yeah, fair warning to those who have not yet played the Voidwalkers. I did hear that Sir Blackfish is training in the arts of Rammus top lane, so don't be trying any shenanigans up there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that is an interesting pick that you can always pull out into a lot of these melee champs. Another kind of hard champ to deal with. So we'll see if that ever gets pulled out this season. I'd love to see it.
I would too, to be honest.
But with picks like this Mordekaiser in his back pocket, we'll see if he ever needs to pull out that dark technology.
Yeah, and I think now we're starting to see the draft of the Voidwalker starting to pull ahead of the draft of the Shurima's Ascended. A nice little dragon being taken here by Voidwalkers. But it looks like Shurima's Ascended drafted to let the Fiora carry, but lots of weird things happening here. Wicked Slice pulled into the Shadow Realm. He is getting bullied, and he is going to get crushed.
Yeah, does try to sneak in with the invis to try and grab that steal, but sometimes you just got to let the dragons die. As it does just end up going over to the Voidwalkers here, and they pick up the kill. And now that Wukong ult is down, which is a big one. I mean, it's not a tremendous cooldown, so we'll see if it ends up biting them. But that's a cooldown you'd love to see for maybe an immediate fight after the dragon is. Some people start recalling. Maybe you pick off people near the end, or maybe you make a play there.
Oh, here we go. Talk of the fight after the cooldown. Kiana is trapped under the tower for a moment. Zubaba manages to get a great knock-up, and Johnny Frostriver is absolutely smashed against the rocks.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about the immobility of the Varus there, and if you do get a Kiana who's ahead and a Tristana who's ahead, those two are just going to be able to jump at you, and not a whole lot you can do if you're Varus without your flash up, as there's still about 20 seconds left on that thing.
Yeah, Voidwalker's starting to pull ahead here in all facets. Only one kill, the first blood going over to the Twin and Wicked Slice. However, it's still anybody's game. 2.5K gold difference is not the most insurmountable thing you've ever seen in your life. Wicked
Yeah.
Slice dropping a very strange Herald into behind the tower of Sir Blackfish and starting to help the Twin push forward here to grab as much gold as possible. Just trying to get him out of this lane, I'm guessing. Morgana,
Yeah.
Kiana, and Vigar are all on their way up to this fight. This is about to be a 3-on-3 fiesta. Twin taking a tower shot there, and Sir Blackfish is loving it.
Yeah, we see the Wicked Slice ultimate just now coming up. so
Oh,
not
here
able to
we
use
go.
it there.
Bot lane punchies two at the same time, 2-on-2. It looks like Johnny Frostrover is doing as much damage as he can. Doesn't land the VAR Assault. Zubaba and Coochie Nugget looks like they lost that trade, but did get the VAR Assault out. So maybe they try some more shenanigans here. Johnny stepping a little bit too far forward, baits out the his own flash, I think, there.
Yeah, he used his own flash and heal just earlier. So you do lose a little bit out of that one. And kind of seeing the effects of these earlier fights take their toll here with the cooldowns.
Oh,
but
Twin getting
man,
absolutely
it's
beaten.
so low. Yeah. Sir Blackfish just a menace. I think it takes more than 2 people to kill him now, and Mordekaiser just decides to 1v1 you when he pleases. So going to be pretty difficult to deal with in this top lane.
Yeah, we saw Mundo going where he pleased in the last game, and now we are seeing Mordekaiser going where he pleases. It could just be Mordekaiser is Dr. Mundo. Conspiracy
Maybe.
theorists, beware.
I mean, he does wear a lot of armor. Pretty big dude.
Heals a whole bunch.
Yeah, good point. We don't see Mundo wielding, much in the form of big weapons and stuff like that. Usually sticking to the cleavers and kind of small one-handed weapons. But if he pulled on a big old, mace.
And here we go. Speaking of mace, we are looking for bears, and we are going to barely survive. 9-Rain on the run. Here comes the Vigar cage, lands, and DJ Steve is the first. It looks like Johnny Frostrover is the second. The captain is on the run. Richard Nixon has to get out of there. Wicked Slice is looking to grab something. He does the Wukong ult thing. He has a monkey tail. He gets out of there. He gets dove on by Coochie Nugget, who picks it up. And there it is.
Yeah.
3 for
press the
nothing.
big word, and they kind of figure out where he is and are able to take him down there. Barely living is Zubaba with just a fleck of health. But, yeah, not able to get one. Still sitting on that 1 kill. And, they do have a team fight comp, but you gotta start wondering if it's desperation coming out here, thinking that they don't have much else to do from behind, because they do have this team fight comp. And teamfight comp is hard to execute when you are behind if you aren't able to get picks. But probably looking to try and get some wards out here. If you're looking at the 9-Rain's ward vision score here, 33 to 12 on the Wukong.
He is spending a lot of time
dominating the vision game.
He's spending a lot of time clearing vision. He is using his Umbral Glaive very effectively and sweeping when it is not available to him. So he is an absolute menace.
Yeah, if you're SHA, you're looking for picks, right? You want that.
Oh, Johnny, you do not want to walk into that bush. Here we go. 9-Rain takes a lot of damage, but just deletes the poor carry. And there goes DJ Steve trying to keep himself alive. Oh, Kiana does end up dying there. Wicked Slice, both junglers gone. DJ Steve gets picked up in the backline. All the members of the Voidwalkers are still here, though, in spirit. Twin, the only SHA left alive. Everybody else from the Ascended have descended back to spawn.
Yeah, he's there. I mean, it's a 4 for 3, which is not great. Was there any big shutdowns in there other than the Kiana?
I don't believe any big shutdowns, no.
No, so, the 2 people you're looking for are the 2 people who survived, but they were able to get 1 shutdown onto 9-Rain, so overall pretty even in gold.
Yeah, and that did end up on the Fiora.
The Dragon. Yeah, that's probably good. That's probably where you want to see that. If Fiora is able to get this, it looks like 9-Rain is running down for it, so we'll see. No, just going to be jungling, so they are going to be able to get this Herald as a trade-off, and hopefully that can net them a bounty on a tower to get them back into this game and kind of equalize a little bit, as they are able to kind of play the map a little bit here and get that Herald as a trade-off for Dragon.
Yeah, and you keep mentioning it. They want picks on the side of SHA, but they keep trying to pick the most mobile champion that they can. So Kiana and the Rakan, both not exactly the targets you want to try and get picks on. They will just dash and get over walls and put as much terrain between you and them as they can. We're looking for Vigar. We're looking for Mordekaiser. We're looking for Tristana, who can do this, some of the same, but Tristana's a little bit easier to lock down than Kiana or Rakan.
Yeah, Rakan probably not the most ideal target for that. Does have the extra healing there from his mythic item, and is able to just sort of get out of a lot of these. Does end up going down once, but overall,
Oh, Nixon.
generally a tough target.
Here comes the Predator from the Vigar, but no catch there.
Yeah, that's the one kind of slippery target on the SHA side because of that anti-spell shield. Gonna be able to just walk through those stun walls from Vigar.
Yeah, objective bounty claimed on the top side. First tower is taken there. And Nixon just trying to catch waves as Mordekaiser is looking to press his lead, but Morgana really good at neutralizing some of those bigger players.
Yeah, Blackfish kind of up to the classic, trying to run down a lane, but Fiora and Wukong with this Rift Herald say, sure, we'll happily trade tower for tower. We have bounties, and we have Rift Herald. So they're able to get the bounty in the top lane there as Blackfish and Nixon are duking it out. I can't imagine Nixon's going to be able to do a whole lot about Blackfish, but is able to just kind of clear out the waves. And, might have overextended a little there.
Nice little root under the tower there. You are AFK forever when you get hit by the Morgana binding. And plated steel caps instead of Merc Treads there coming in clutch for the captain of SHA.
Might have been able to actually drop the ult if he kind of anticipated as much tower damage there and keep him stunned for a little bit longer. Did still have the flash, did still have the exhaust, so I think Nixon could have actually taken that.
Yeah, for sure.
If he had kind of greeted a little bit for it, but look at his health. Like, he's sitting 1 Q away from death, and you do have to stay within pretty close range to get that ultimate off. So, playing it safe. The root does not stun you, it just roots you.
Yeah.
So, still able to land those Qs if you're Mordekaiser and not wanting to deal with that as Nixon.
Cheeky Baron play here. Twin is looking to grab some vision. Wicked Slice is here, but cannot get past that Vigar cage. Blue team going to grab that. Voidwalkers on the Baron power play. This one is brought to you by Orange Crush.
Yeah, love me some Orange Crush. Smart kind of ultimate there from 9 range. Doesn't want anyone diving in and trying to get a steal or anything. Not a tremendously long cooldown, so as long as they don't take an immediate fight without that up, shouldn't get punished too hard for it, and is able to secure the Baron.
Yeah, and looks like SHA still about 5.6K down here across the board. Taking a look at the gold differences, big one in top lane and jungle. 9rain, an absolute menace in the jungle this season. He has been performing just about every single game on a variety of champions. So hard to ban against him.
Yeah. Only do they only have 1 loss? I think the only loss is on Nunu, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But able to do very well on pretty much everything else, and showing that you can't really ban him out. Even though a lot of people do.
Oh, run, Frosty! He gets yoinked, but he does survive. Kiana now taking the full brunt of the entire Shurima's Ascended. This is what you get, 9rain. This is what you get. Captain and Captain get violenced. Zubaba in trouble. Nuclear Rooster flashes over the wall, but Twin grabs a shutdown there, and they pick up Wicked Slice on the other side. And Johnny Frost River right there survives just barely.
Yeah, shut down onto the Rakan, interestingly enough, as well. So overall 2 for 2, but picking up a little bonus gold there. But net loss of the Dragon again. No Herald to kind of offset that this time around. So overall, I think you're fine with that if you're blue side. 2 for 2, not too devastating if you get a Dragon out of it. But a little bit of an overextension there from 9rain, and if you're looking at ways you can get back into this game, someone trying to get an assassination attempt off, not really being able to do it, and being able to counter engage with that Leona, with that Morgana, with the knock-up from the Wukong ultimate. That's kind of how you do it. But the second half of that fight, just not going their way, not able to disengage after that, and not able to survive just long enough to make SHA overextend a little bit and elongate the fight long enough for the rest of his team to show up.
Yeah, I think the fact that it was Rakan and Vigar in the back there, everybody sort of had to run from the Vigar or face becoming stacks. So being split like that and pushed into the anvil that was Coochie Nugget and Sir Blackfish coming in, very spooky if you're SHA in your own jungle.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of SHA in their own jungle, they're not able to go in their own jungle as Blackfish has decided that that is his home now. As he is kind of simultaneously pushing this bot lane and putting pressure. Yeah.
It is a Gromp meta right now, so that makes sense.
True. Taking away basically everything they can from them.
He's fine.
Leona, not really the target you're able to assassinate. But does stay him down to half, and that is going to kind of stunt their ability to defend this bot tower, which looks to be kind of the next objective for Voidwalkers. Going to kind of start a split push here, bot and mid, as Twin is able to do a pretty okay job. Fiora does scale pretty well with items.
Oh no, Frosty, you got to get out of there, my friend. They're going to die of you. And of course, we're going to see some top laners brawling it out in the bot lane. Well, mid lane shenanigans happen. Voidwalkers do manage to grab that tower. 9rain looking for Wicked Slice. Doesn't find it. The Varus ult does miss. And everyone's going to walk out A-okay.
Yeah, Kiana pretty good at getting that kind of bursty, jump in, do a bunch of damage, jump out kind of strategy going when you don't have that full kill potential, or you don't have a wall to get that ultimate off. And is able to just sort of be a nuisance while Blackfish is constantly pressuring these towers, and their whole team now, after that mid tower goes down, rotating down here to bottom, but doesn't look like they're able to get it. Do recognize that they're overstaying a bit, and probably they're sitting on a bunch of gold right now. Yeah, about 1,000 gold on 4 of their players or more, and so they're going to go back and spend. And if you're up 5,000, or it looks like what, 7.5k gold. If 5k of that's in pocket, you're really only up 2.5k gold. So smart back there to go and spend their money, and they'll probably start pushing either keeping the split 4-1 going and grabbing this top lane, or maybe we'll see them go for this Baron as they're starting to get vision around there, as that's coming up in about 45 seconds.
Yeah, and vision score starting to pull away a little bit here, as 9rain is now the highest in game at 61 and climbing. DJ Steve trying to keep up with that, but Wicked Slice just not anywhere near that 61, now 3 times that amount on 9rain.
Yeah, if you are playing a champion that can build that item, and you do, and you get away with it, it is a tremendous vision difference. And when your team is running these kind of pick comps or assassins, and they really take a big benefit from having that extra vision, it's going to make a world of difference that you don't necessarily see in any individual fight, but is why they're able to get a lot of these picks, is why they're only 6 kills on the red side, is because they can't see the enemy. They don't know where they're going. They aren't able to try and pick them. And whenever they try to run at them, they're caught.
Here we go, the big ult from 9rain. There goes Wicked Slice immediately. Coochie Nugget going to pick up the first one. DJ Steve trying to lock him down, but an excellent cleanse right there. DJ Steve going to get picked up by the Vigar in the backline, and looks like Varus does go down as well. Twin on the run, but is not going to be able to keep himself alive. Nixon, the captain of SHA, the only one left alive, does prevent the Shadow Realm from landing there with his E. And Sir Blackfish is trying to buy time for the rest of the Voidwalkers to shove to try and end this game, as 4 members of the Voidwalker, or the Shurima Ascended, are dead.
Yeah, they aren't going to be able to end before everyone gets back up, but probably this is the end of the game here.
Oh no, and there goes the Nexus health. Coochie Nugget trying to get some more kills to pad his score, and no more kills happen Voidwalkers take down the last undefeated team in Pentakill Season 4.
Wow, yeah. So we've got about what 4 teams now sitting on 1 loss, if I'm, or is that 5?
I could pull up
It's
the standings.
4. So either way, we've got a big old tie with a bunch of those teams playing against each other. Um, and so some of those teams' losses are to the other top teams, and we got a big old, toss up for who
Yeah,
the top team in this league is right now.
we definitely need to keep an eye on the standings as we're moving forward here because they are going to be violently whipped around in the next 2 weeks as playoffs start to solidify themselves a little bit more. But looking forward, we will do that in the future. Looking at now, who do you give MVP to in this game?
Man, it's tough because their whole team played so good. I mean, Kuchinagit, Deathless, Zubaba. Honestly, the amount of just space that guy created in some of those early team fights. But I think I got to give it to the Vision early game from Nine Rain, just kind of controlling that game and not letting SHA do what they want to do at all. But easily could make a strong position for Blackfish or really anyone as well. But I'll give it to Nine Rain for this one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give Blackfish the shout out. He was absolutely smashing top lane with a little bit of help from Nine Rain, but he created so much pressure on the side of the map that Nixon couldn't pull away from him in time to help save his team, and that really just sort of opened the game for the Voidwalkers to just end.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Getting some strong picks and able to just shove that and end this game pretty quickly. So good game out of them for sure. A couple of really interesting ones as the two undefeated teams both take a loss today. Yeah, it's anyone's league now. It's exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everybody at home, please stay tuned for the next couple of games. We have more games, I believe, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Jump back into stream for that, and make sure you spam your emotes and all that garbage. Drink your punchies and whatnot. And we'll see you next time at Pentakill League Season 4.
Yeah, good night, everyone.